Greetings and salutations. We back wrapping up these week's energies, man. This has been a real smooth week. The way I've been fitting in these readings and the way stuff been clicking lately. Seems like everything's coming together. So already got the spread out. Let's take two. Had a real long rant in the last little recording. So Twin Flames reunion and recognition. We just gonna start. Anxious to see what's going on. It's like a very powerful message, not flashy, but a very powerful one nonetheless. So let's get busy. First card in this message, we got the Ten of Swords. This is death or permanent ending. This is a divorce, a real breakup, not one of them fake ones. Y'all end up knocking each other boots 2 weeks later type shit. Like, this is something that's a wrap. Something that ain't here no more. It could be good, bad, and ugly. Death can. Anything is good, bad, and ugly. It's a trinity to everything. Straight down the board. But this is a death. Mini death, big death, and metaphoric death, actual death. You know what I'm saying? Death is prevalent in the world. Told you, it's the fourth dimension. The third dimension this world is. It's temporary space and time. Fourth, fifth dimension is the infinite. Everything on this planet has an expiration date. Relationships, your lifespan. This Earth's lifespan. You know, how long, these coastal cities still gonna be around. Like, time rules all. If it's a pinnacle, it's gonna be destroyed, removed, lost or stolen eventually. Lost or stolen eventually. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to pinnacles, you're gonna have to accept the fact that death comes on every pinnacle. Death comes upon every single pinnacle on this third dimension. Third rock. Clarifying as the Eight of Swords. That's a self-imposed prison. What's a self-imposed prison? It's a mental one. If you're in a self-imposed prison, number one, you put yourself in it because it's mental. Number two, can't nobody see you in it because it's mental. And three, fuck it. Since you got yourself in, you have to get yourself out. It's a trinity to everything. When it comes to death, a lot of y'all got a lot of self-imposed prisons about it. What's Eight of Swords also? Self-imposed prison. It's a long-standing belief. False sense of security, false sense of entitlement, false sense of awareness. We ain't talking about death falling upon you. We just talking about death as an energy. We all are going to experience this energy one day. But since, we got a lot of living to do before we die and we ain't got time to waste, we're going to get it, 50 Cent. We're going to get it. So death, just know what it is. It's a step past death, too. So you got to get past death. How do you get past death? You live, the older you get, the more funerals you're going to attend. Which means the more death you're going to see. Living through it, that's beating death. Say you get doomed terminal illness. And they say you're going to die pretty soon, and you defy all that shit. Because, like I say, death is mental at the end of the day. It's if you accept your demise. Shit. Could be a hail of gunfire all around you, surrounded. Shit, God might make something shake. God might shake something. To where you end up being the victor, and everybody else is this except you. Imagine that. It's like a firing squad. And you're just there. They're all circled around you. How you gonna survive this? And it's like, I don't know. It's like The Walking Dead. When Eugene put the defective bullets in their gun and they all shot themselves. It's like that happened. It can happen with the right person on your team. But like I say, this death thing doesn't always have to be for you and yours. It could just be a lesson. And off death, on some physical death, passing away shit. Like I say, it's just the end of something, a divorce. Don't be in a self-imposed prison about your divorce. Then what happened? It's a step after this shit. You got divorced. Okay, you got life after this. You lose a job, your car, your status, your position. You took your doctor away from your name or some shit like that. Like I say, don't put yourself in a self-imposed prison about what's gone. This is gone. You're going to have to get it back, earn it back, or move on. It's all mental. Swords. Don't let entitlement and don't let insecurity dictate death, overall energy. The reason why death is prevalent or a permanent ending is prevalent in the overall energy. Because it's just important for you to recognize what the end is. I said it in the last few messages. A lot of y'all throwing up Ten of Swords to situations when it's really a Ten of Wands. You just don't mentally know that. It's like you're throwing out something mental, but don't even comprehend what you're doing. Ten of Wands, that's a temporary game. If anything, Ten of Swords, like I said, if the divorce happens, it's a wrap. We don't have to revisit this no more. If somebody has been removed from your life due to circumstance, you're gonna have to move on. Keep them with you. Just keep on keeping on. But like I said, that a lot of people ain't got past that. I'm telling you, it's a lot of people who clinging on to dead people. A lot of people who keeping memories and names of people who need to be resting in peace. In fact, they turning all over their grave because their name is being smeared, and a lot of people are getting killed for the name of the name, and it's just a whole movement now with the name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Death. A lot of people gotta understand is how to let shit die. When shit is over, let it be over. It's like you 40 years old going back to your high school to relive memories. Like, nigga, that shit dead. Unless you got kids in there, unless you teach in there, you ain't got no business being in there. You ain't got no business being in there. That's a chapter in your life that's gone. It's a lot of chapters people ain't moved on from. That's why they're stuck in their part of the story. That go for you both. That's fairly important. What's very important, masculine and feminine, we got awareness. Ace of Wands, that's awareness. That's a big ass step. That's a huge step. The first step to get moving. Something happened. More so like a permanent ending happened, and or you just got out of a self-imposed prison. Now it's about the first step. Clarifying the first step, we got the Five of Cups. This is being alone, or being emotionally isolated, or just being a hermit. I told you, you get the most awareness when you by yourself. Of course, a Ten of Swords had to happen. Two things can't occupy the same space. You got to end things. That's what this was, a ending. And what comes after an ending, a new beginning. But before you can get in any new beginning, you got to make sure you temperature check yourself first. So since this is a reunion and recognition reading, I will say this. A lot of y'all twins, you pairs, y'all better check y'all temperature. This is the time. See what your masculine really about. Masculine, see what your feminine really about. Make sure y'all coordinate or correlated, or at least parallel to what's going on here. It's about an overall prize. It's about an overall plan. It's about an overall path. You two are supposed to come together to make the world a better place. Y'all ain't superheroes. It's just the little things. You got your own thing going on here. The masculine got their own thing going on here. It's like y'all living two separate lives, but y'all in union. But y'all together. Like, nah. You could be separated with your twin. Separation can happen with married twins. Not like y'all living in separate houses and shit. Not like y'all living in separate houses and shit. Separation, like I said, it's an energy. It's an energy. You could be with somebody and feel alone. But what you're getting, the understanding is, like I said, it's this alone, A for alone part. The awareness that you're getting for the A alone part that comes with this Five of Cups, this hermit. Like, you two are going to have to learn how to deal with each other, but separately. Not often, okay? Not even occasionally. It's just when the time calls for it. The older, I told you, the older you get, the more funerals you go to. Eventually, one of you are gonna have to bury the other one. Death. Don't be in no self-imposed prison about that. I think about it not often, not occasionally even, just every now and then. The thought hits my head. My twin an old player. This nigga done survived a lot of years. You shit, nigga in the 60s now. So, you know what I mean? It'll be about that time. Eventually. Not soon. I see my twin gonna let it be like 89, 90. Like, cause he's a very health conscious person, and nigga always stay on his shit. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be around for a minute, and he always gloats like, nigga, I'm gonna survive you, nigga. Like, I'm gonna probably end up bury you, nigga. Like, you living in the crazy, you living foul, boy. You need to take care of your health. Woo, woo. Like, he'll give me rules down the book. What the fuck I ain't doing, and use that as basis to how he's gonna outlive me and shit. I just like that type of talk anyway. I just want to see my man's here for as long as possible. But eventually, it's gonna be a day where I'm gonna have to piece my man's out. and then move on. Like I said, this is gonna happen, or it's gonna happen to me, and you're gonna have to move on. The way my masculine is equipped, if that does happen, given what he's been through already, he can move on pretty quickly, pretty healthy wise. Me, I know how it is with me and death, especially people that I really, really love and really admire and who's a staple in my life. I don't hold on. I move on, but it's mental. It's a lot of mental shit going on. When you lose the people, it mean the world to you. So the stuff y'all do by yourself, y'all are gonna have to A for appreciate that. The time spent alone, like say your master ends up going out on a vacation or a trip with his friends. You end up going on vacation or a trip with your friends. You know what I mean? Y'all establishing y'all separate lives. Not like I said to be separate, just really getting a taste of life without each other. Because we ain't talking about y'all breaking up. We ain't talking about, you two in a relationship. We talking about outside sources like the Ten of Swords that can, you know, put a permanent end to, something in y'all demo. So moving on. Feminine, coming to the situation, you got the Nine of Cups. This is a dream come true, wish is granted, or a miracle. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators on where you're going mentally. Usually when miracles happen, when a wish that you want granted gets granted, or a dream that you had comes true, these are usually verification or validation. Verification or validation from the heavens. It ain't like you got signs, synchronicities from a vision or a dream, or you seen the writing on the wall. That's the Knight of not the Knight of Cups. That's the Queen of Cups. It's the X-Men card. It's a psychic card. What's a psychic? Trusting in your own intuition. Your own intuition. These are cups, right? So when you get a miracle, it's how you feel about the miracle. To somebody else, it could be coincidence. Like Pulp Fiction. That nigga Pitt. White boy shot at him with that big ass cannon. All the bullets missed. What was his name? Jules? Jules. Miss Jules. He turned to look at the wall. He looked back at him. They both shoot. He's like, nigga, look at this, man. This is divine intervention. And Vincent, played by John Travolta, he wasn't trying to hear that shit. As you could tell, he don't have really like a spiritual foundation. He ain't really looking at life the way Jules looked at life. He's like, I shouldn't fucking be here, bro. I'm done. Changed his whole life around. Why? An act of God. King of Swords, which is the God card in my deck, is divine intervention too, just like that scene. But to Jules, to Samuel Jackson, that shit was a miracle. To Vincent, that shit, it's explainable. Like, that's a coincidence. Then, like, when they was in a diner, having breakfast, and Jules told Vincent he was gonna quit. Vincent was like, what? You just figured that while you was sitting there eating that muffin? He was like, yeah, I was sitting there eating my muffin and had what drunks like to call a moment of clarity. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I'm through with this shit. And Vincent just couldn't conceive it. He said, I'm through with the life. Vincent said, what the fuck you gonna do? For money, for work. You know what I mean? He was like, Jules, God will take care of me. It's miracles that happen. This is the same guy that split the Red Seas, and you know what I'm saying? Pierce and burning bushes, like, that's still the same guy. That's the God Jules talking about. That's the God I'll be talking about. And Vincent can't comprehend the guy we referring to right now. Because it ain't in his heart. He knows of God, obviously. Everybody knows God is. Everybody knows who Jesus Christ is. The Bible said that was going to happen. That's how motherfuckers feel about God. Miracle. It's going to happen as a verification or a validation. Further putting you on the emotional frequency you need to be on, which is the step before happiness, which is the Ten of Cups. Clarifying this Nine of Cups, though, we got the Five of Pentacles, the dark night of the soul. That's going without something. Five of Pentacles, that's 50%, that's failure. 60%, that's homeostasis, that's a D. 70%, that's the Riri card in my deck. That's 70%. 80%, that's a life. That's where you need to be, is having a life. 70% is passing, but I mean, we ain't just passing in life. We need a life. Nine of Pentacles. That's having your life in order and more. It's like having a life and more. Ten of Pentacles is you sharing your life with somebody, or by you lining your life up and ordering your life, you made room for somebody to be there, or it's you manifesting something. That's 100% Ten of Pentacles is. This is 50%. It starts here. Everything starts here when you lose something. Overall energy was the Ten of Swords. Say whatever's gone, like I said, rejoice. You still got blessings. You still gonna find a miracle. You still gonna get a wish granted. Like, miracles can still happen in this energy. In a failed position, ain't like you failing in life or failing as a person. It's just pinnacle wise, just going through a little rough patch, or shit a little tight. But putting this on the masses, this is like I say, big lesson you learn in feminine is going without. Sometimes you gotta sometimes you gotta go without a few things to really recognize what you have. You don't know what you got till it's gone. Nah, you shouldn't wait till it's gone for you to appreciate what you had. You should appreciate what you have now. You know what I mean? So when it's gone, you at least prepared for whatever this Five of Pentacles is going to be, whatever this loss is going to be. And I'm talking about mainly feminines, mainly mothers, fathers, just people close to you who, like I say, sick and afflicted, who older, who, it's been a rough year, past couple of years, health-wise. In the world. Masculine, you come into the situation with the Seven of Wands. This is inner confliction. Inner conflict, basically. But you're inner conflicted about a few actions. Whose actions? Yours, someone else's. Verifying that, we got the Two of Wands. Your actions. Seven of Wands, that's inner conflict. That's your woes, that's your pain, that's your complexes. That's where triggers come out and shit. It's here. We heal ourselves. Ourselves is the key word. Your heart was meant to be fixed by somebody else. Your heart will be outside your chest. It wouldn't be inside for you to fix. Anything that's inside you, brain, organs, you gotta fix that shit. Oh, you can get help, but you gotta fix that shit. So something in you feel need fixing. And Two of Wands, your whole inner conflict is how you're gonna maintain this inner confliction. Some people are going through some real health problems to where, like I said, from the health, you can't count on that shit. That shit you don't predict. Things just happen. It's like you get sick for a whole week and it's in the middle of you spending a lot of money fixing your house or some shit. And it's like Five of Pentacles. Money tight as a motherfucker now. Or you kind of in the red or kind of in the negative. It's just work. It's just like you inner conflicted and it's fucking up your work. Two of Wands, that's work. This could be like you sprain your leg and you really can't do your job. Since you can't do your job, they ain't gonna have you at your job and you can't get no paper. You lose a car, Ten of Swords, and you can't drive to your job no more. It's inner confliction at the end of the day. Normal shit, masculine. Like, at the end of the day, it's always a solution to any problem. So this inner confliction that you got, which is some shit you gotta deal with in here, and you're the only person that can fix it. It's like when it comes to working on yourself, it's a lot of good alternative ways to take care of yourself. But what you doing is straight wands. You're the king of wands. You're divine masculine. But at the end of the day, Seven of Wands plus Two of Wands, that's Nine of Wands. That's the Wounded Warrior, which is the last card you got in your deck. It's the first card you got coming into the situation, masculine. It's the final card you got going into your situation. 2 plus 7, that's 9. 9. Nine of Wands is the Wounded Warrior. That's overburdened, overworked, feeling like the straw about to break the camel back, or like I said, you just tired. You're tired. Doing a lot of actions that you've been doing. Let me remind you, these are your actions you're doing that you're tired of doing. Final smoke on this. You got the Nine of Cups. This is huge emotion, huge passion. Feeling very strongly for something. This is the Romeo and Juliet card. Puppy love, teenage love, juvenile emotion, juvenile J emotion. The way you, like I said, overworking yourself, the way you working on yourself, the way you dealing with your inner conflict, like I said, you're doing it in a manner to where it's being amplified. So, like I said, I had that in a couple readings back. Masculine, you kind of taking your anger out on other people, kind of taking your frustration or your sexual frustration, whatever. It's just not nothing catastrophic, nothing vindictive. We're divines here. Divines aren't abusive, and like we ain't talking about no devil, no fucking karmic here. It's just like I said, you're going through some shit, and you taking your anger out on the people that's close to you. And it seems like your feminine is closest to you. She's catching the short end of the stick. As a man, I can relate. I do that. Something I've been working on for years now. I say I've been working on it since 2016. Like I say, I'm a loner. I don't fuck with too many people. So people I do fuck with, it's a handful. So when I'm down, feeling down and out and shit, yeah, I don't get verbally abusive or no shit like that. But like I said, plenty times when my lady friends be having a good time, man, and they just want me to have a good time with them, and I just be like a buzzkill. Come on, let's go out, let's go dance, and let's go kick. I can't dance either. Let's go dance, let's go kicking and shit. I don't feel like doing none of that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't in the mood for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be so in my feels. I'm a feminine energy. I'll be like in my feels heavy. And I'll be turning people off sometimes. I don't be as enthused as they are. I'm not hating on them. It's just a Leo thing. I'll be beating myself up to a pulp. Leos do that. Cancers too. Scorpios sometimes. We beat ourselves up to a pulp. Emotionally. Mentally. Not physically, meaning like, light skin and thin line between love and hate with the oranges and shit. But yeah, like I say, some shit I've been working on since like 2016. I used to soak in my shit. I'd be like so not depressed. I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in like having suicidal tendencies and shit like that. I went through that as a child. We're past that. I do want to be here. Do got dreams and aspirations with life and shit. The thing is, I'm telling you, I'm so hard on myself. I expect excellence at everything, and my expectations are high as fuck. And I got high ass standards, and I always land right where I need to land at. But when I don't land, due to outside situations or shit that's out of my control, even though I know it ain't my fault, I'm a grown man, so it is my fault. You know what I'm saying? And I just be a little hard on myself. Sometimes I can be so hard on myself. I could be hard on somebody else. Just my tone, smart ass mouth. All this when I be talking and all, you know what I mean, just doing that when I don't need to be extra, being extra when I don't need to be extra. So asking you just being a little extra, ease up a bit, feminine. You in regards to yourself, you got the Three of Wands. This is that purpose. This is your role. Masculine, he's a little interconflicted, trying to handle his role, which is just support, hold shit down, take care of business, be a staple, all that there. You got your role, which is more than what he does. Like I say, you're a staple. You hold shit down, but at the same time, you also like do more. It's your job to help other people, even when you ain't got time to do it, or bless other people, even when you ain't got time to do it. Whether you helping your twin or just a random person or somebody that needs you, it's a lot of work. Real wine shit is 24/7, but it's purpose, evolution. This type of work that you're supposed to be doing, that is your role. It's gonna just evolve you, make you stronger, powerful, more wise, more anchored in your spirituality, anchored in your decision making, anchored in your manifestations and shit. This is part of the path, but this is also the way out. Feminine, it's your job to take the way out to and from the matrix, to and from Zion. You're like I told you, Harriet Tubman. Slavery is the matrix. You got free. You've been to the promised land. But it's no sense in you just being in a promised land by yourself. So what you do is come back and you get more people. You take them to the promised land and you've turned this into a full-time job. You didn't. I mean, you could have just stopped at helping yourself. Here's slavery, here's freedom. You could have just boom, boom, stopped. Like I said, that's what the Divine Masculine does. He just gets over. He gets over. He's just a staple. He just gets from here to here. He's just here for support. You don't do that. You gotta go from here to here. Just back and forth. That's why this little third one is the most important part. This is segment A. This is segment C. This is segment B. We go from A to B to C. We ain't trying to get over. We just trying to get moving. So you're embracing your role, or at least understanding your role, or getting like a crash course of what your role really is in life, and putting more smoke on that, final smoke on that. You got the Ten of Cups. This is happiness or emotional contentment. This ain't just a road to I'm almost done. This ain't just a road to freedom, success, and all that. You got happiness that clarifies it too. So this is just the way home. Aside from being a way home, it's the way out. Ten of Cups is emotional contentment or happiness. Like I say, it's a feeling. So when you reach it, it's another step after that. It's not a destination. It ain't just happiness. It ain't just success. It ain't just uh, anything that comes from a cup feeling. Like stuff you feel and emotionally based. Like I say, those are just checkpoints, more so to speak. So masculine in regards to the feminine, we got the Fool card. This is unawareness or being in a whole new world like Aladdin. Or this could be this could be let's see, awareness, unawareness, whole new world like Aladdin, or just being unaware. So oh, so I lost my train of thought. Alright, I gotta speed run it because I gotta go. Masculine, you in regards to the feminine, you in a whole new world like Aladdin. You want aware of a lot of things. And it's really the Ace of Cups process, that self-love, self-respect, self-admiration, right? So you gotta learn the whole taking care of yourself part. You gotta love yourself before you love another person, respect yourself before you respect another person. Be aware of everything you got going on personally before you kind of get hip or aware to anything in your surrounding areas. It all starts with self. This whole reading kind of has like a together but separate. Not separate but equal, but like I say, it's a demo, but it's just things that's going on in both sections that have to be totally handled. So closing on out, future row. You got the Nine of Pentacles, which is lining your life up. Like I said, Eight of Pentacles is a life. This is having a life and more. Eight of Pentacles, usually when it pops out, it's all over the place. It looks like a garden that ain't been tilled or just a mess. You know what I'm saying? What you're doing is just lining things up with the pentacle. It's a person, place, or a thing. Something you can taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. So this is also an A. So once you get things lined up, you're either A, making room for something else, or you're trying to complete the pinnacle process, which is the Ten of Pentacles, which is manifestation. Manifest anything is something that you did. Time, energy, resources, and some pinnacles that you put in to kind of have things lined up. Eight of Pentacles is a good standing, it's having a life. Nine of Pentacles is more so of an A. So even if you took this pinnacle and helped somebody with it, you're still in a good standing, which is a B. And even if you took this and invested, this is still going to get you to a better step. So last card of message is even another 9. And like I said, it's that 9 of Wands we was talking about, masculine, that you had coming into the situation when you had the Knight of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. So this emotion that you want is going to have to get balanced. Soon it gets balanced, you still got work to do. So whatever's got you overburdened or kind of overworked at this point, just understand that's the reason for bridges. This is you and somebody else doing something. This is you, somebody else coming to take the load off you. This is like a highway that you can use to drive instead of driving all through the city. Like this is just, like I say, everybody needs somebody eventually. You don't have to overwork yourself. You do have people in place to kind of help displace some of this weight for you. So that's the message that I got. If I could be a good use, it's your boy D.Boom. Please stay tuned.